Now, China, like India, is an ancient civilization, and they already were quite advanced in religion and philosophy. And there were two leading philosophies which also developed about the same time that Siddhartha Gautama was living in India. We're talking 6th century BCE. And these two major philosophies were Confucianism, founded by Kung Fu Sei. Confucius is kind of like an anglicization of his name. So we have Kung Fu Sei, Confucius, and Lao Tzu, who is often credited as being one of the founders or leaders of Taoism. In Confucius Analytics, he gives us all sorts of ways to behave in society. And that's how I kind of look at Confucius and Lao Tzu. They're almost like the yin-yang of Chinese thought and philosophy. On the one hand, Confucianism is really a philosophy made for civilization, for domestication, for living together with other people. I often like to call Confucius the Chinese Miss Manners, because he taught you how to dress, how to bow, what kind of gifts to bring, the order of authority in a family, rights, duties, privileges, obligations, which obviously if you're living in a society with a lot of other people, it becomes important to know how to behave, to know what your duties and obligations are, as well as your rights and privileges. Lao Tzu, on the other hand, had more of a naturalistic philosophy, and I mean naturalistic as in the way of nature. And tradition has it that he was fed up with China, he was fed up with all the bureaucracy, with all the rules, with all the civilization, all the people living together, and he decided he was just going to get on his ox and head out into the wild and waste places. And supposedly, when he got to the Great Wall of China, one of the guards recognized him. There's a couple different versions of this story. And in this version, the guard begged him to please leave some of his wisdom behind before he left. Another version has it that it was actually a tax, that the Chinese government was taxing his knowledge and wanted like a percentage of it before he rode off into the wild and waste country. Anyways, whichever version it is, it's quite an esoteric book. It becomes one of the key texts of Taoism. It's spelled with a T, Taoism, but it's pronounced more like a D sound, like Tao, the Tao.